all aboard, pay your fares, say your prayers, because it's the park bus yet again. It's not
We've
very
got,
parked this time, though. A lot of drama's happened this week. A lot of
yeah.
drama. Ollie's not at the wheel this time either. I don't know why I brought that up last week, because I need to stop talking about Ollie being at the wheel. It's been an interesting week, hasn't it? We've had a bit of shitty results, shitty players, people calling people tramps, legacy names coming back, feel good moments. We've had a bit of everything. Let's get into that red list.
We may as well get into the red
good old
list.
red list. Let's just get the pain over and done with. Of course, my beloved Real Madrid had a bit of a kerfuffle last night.
I like it.
There's a new sheriff in town.
The high-ridingest cowboy around.
You forgot rootin' tootin'est.
The high-ridingest, rootin' tootin'est cowboy hero of all time, Sheriff.
Real Madrid lost to Sheriff Terra. How you pronounce that second bit? I don't know how you pronounce it. Terraspol, or however it is.
In the beginning.
2-1 at home in what was shock of the night, to say the least. Yeah, they had 3 shots on target in the entire game and scored 2 of them. One of them being an utter banger.
I'm just Googling the population of Moldova. 2.6 million. That's like far less than Real Madrid fans.
I was going to say that's probably the population of Birmingham, maybe.
Other my extra hot sauce.
Yeah.
There might actually be more people in Birmingham.
They're probably the population of Birmingham, and they're probably not quite as good as Birmingham.
I don't know. I wouldn't go that far. Birmingham are pretty shit. Their stadium is literally falling apart. A club called Sheriff.
Do you even need to say any more apart from the fact?
I just can't wrap my head around that.
The biggest club in the world have lost to a team from Moldova.
A money laundering scheme of all things. Jesus, if you haven't, there's a thread on Twitter which is worth reading.
Yeah,
definitely.
This is I'd go as far to say it's probably one of the most embarrassing results in Real Madrid's history.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
I know it probably doesn't matter, but you still lost to Sheriff.
Yeah, I was giving it the big I am in the Liga Lowdown chat. I was like, yeah, it's Sheriff, it's fine. Then when we went 1-0 down, it's like, oh, okay, this is interesting. Obviously, that came from a really bad defensive mistake. Nacho decided just to switch off. I don't think he ever switched on through that game, actually. I think he left his brain in the changing room. But yeah, and then that second goal was just utterly unbelievable. Early contender for goal of the season, possibly. It was unbelievable.
It's probably, as I said, in terms of club size, I don't think there's been anything quite like that in recent history.
It was embarrassing, utterly embarrassing.
And they're also their first ever time in the Champions League. Really? It's like they're top of the group.
Which is balmy. They're top of the group with 6 points. Who thought that was happening?
Who thought they would get 3 points, let alone 6 from their first 2 games? I didn't think they'd get 3 points in the entire group.
I'm not sure if both results have come on the road as well. I think they both come on the road. I think they played Shakhtar away and
no, it was Shakhtar at home, I think.
Was that at home?
Pretty sure.
But yeah, I mean, it's still impressive nonetheless. I mean, Shakhtar have been a mainstay in the Champions League for years.
Yeah.
You would have thought they probably would have just eat that result out. Obviously, Sheriff pulled it out of the bag, then gone into the Bernabeu.
They pulled their gun out of the bag, boy. Sheriff.
Jesus. I don't know what else to say. I'm just lost for words. I'm still lost for words. I still haven't wrapped my head around it.
I have nothing to say. Nothing. I have nothing to say.
I mean, let's segue from a mad performance to a not so mad performance. Harold Kane of Tottenham Hotspur.
Oh, he's done it again, Harry Kane.
I think Daniel Levy is ruining the fact that he didn't accept the offer from Manchester City. Because that man, 1, was never worth £150 million in the first place, and 2, will never have that opportunity to get that offer once again.
You don't think so? Yeah, I don't think so. I don't know how long's left on his contract. Okay, so he might still eke a good deal out of him next summer, maybe.
Well, it won't be half that probably. If he continues on the way that he's going, he honestly is has looked so anonymous this season. It's been they looked better when he wasn't playing.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, they were winning when he wasn't playing.
Yeah, it's true. And I personally have always been a fan of Kane when he is purely focused on scoring goals. I think he's trying to think that he's a footballer a little bit.
I mean, his footballing ability isn't bad. He's got a good pass on him.
I think it's so overrated.
It's
Honestly,
a bit
I think
overrated.
he's so overrated as a footballer.
I mean, lethal
look,
finisher. We know that.
Yeah,
we know that.
If you want a one-on-one, there's very few people in the world that I would want that that are above Harry Kane. I'd argue probably Salah, Lewandowski, and Ronaldo are probably the only three I would choose over Kane for a one-on-one. But in terms of his overall footballing ability, I think yes, he has dropped deep and he got some assists last season. Great. In terms of, I don't think he has got the ability to sustain that long term whilst also scoring goals.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it takes, obviously we know that you have to be of an athletic standard, and Kane obviously we know is a bit frail. Can his body hold up with that extra sort of mileage in that sense? You see other players do it, Firmino does it, drops deep quite a lot. Obviously doesn't produce the same kind of numbers there, but he drops deep, he covers a lot of ground. Same with the likes of people like Benzema as well. They cover a lot of ground, but exceptional athletes in that sense, they're the fittest of fit.
It is best for him now to just leave, and best for Tottenham. I mean, it would have been better this summer for Tottenham, but maybe not for him. But honestly, it's so frustrating to watch him.
Yeah, it's really tough. I mean, I was going to say, I think Spurs actually, the biggest mistake they made was not selling him this summer. I think they actually made a mistake in keeping hold of him, because you can't keep a one-way player. It never works. It never works.
Coutinho is the example I use all the time. Liverpool are a better team now because they sold Coutinho. It afforded us to get the best centre back in the world. So that's how it is. I mean, 140 million still baffles me to this day.
Oh man, you absolutely ripped Barca's pants down in that deal. I just can't believe they actually.
They thought they could come in and splash that money, and he would fit in perfectly, be the next Iniesta. It was never going to happen. However much of a brilliant player he is on his day.
Yeah, but he's not even worth half that figure. Then he wasn't worth half that figure.
No, but the thing was, he was down to a long-term contract.
That's the problem, isn't it? Which is why I don't know with Kane, it's a strange one. I know he might play awful this season. People are like, well, he's down in form. It automatically bring down his value, but I still think Spurs are pocket, in and around 80 to 100 mark, maybe.
Yeah. So we'll segue now to Amber, which we've tweaked slightly for this week, and for weeks going forward. We're going to do the funniest moments of the week, in our opinion, in the world of football. We'll start off with my beloved Manchester United, who I honestly. They are part of the gift that keeps on giving. And Fernandez's conversion, as I like to call it in rugby. Bruno Fernandes missed the penalty in the last minute to equalise. And then, not only that, he decides to write a fat paragraph onto his Instagram story.
That was cringe. That was so cringy.
Ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
He did that, and then all the United players are like putting up the fist emoji and the heart emoji. I'm like, bro, he's not dead.
Is he dead? Do you think he's dead?
Like, he missed a penalty. I'm sorry. Like,
it's as bad as when City came out wearing Gundogan shirts backwards when he did his knee in. Why do people do this? Why do clubs do this stuff? You can support a person behind the scenes without having to make it a public showing. You don't need to put that out there. You just don't.
I saw a perfect tweet about it. It was like Fernandez's tweet or his Instagram post or whatever is like a girl posting a photo on the night out, and then the girls next to them complimenting them in the comments.
Exactly that. Exactly that.
It's so. Oh man, it is. I can't. I don't even have the words to describe the cringiness of this.
I mean, you got Ronaldo in that team now, of course. How can you take that duty and then not perform to what is needed?
You can't. It's cutthroat with him, isn't it? I think he'll be knocking on Ollie's door, and to be honest, there's only one winner in that situation.
You'd imagine so, wouldn't you? You would imagine so.
He's bigger. He's bigger than. Unfortunately, the one thing you have with bringing in a player like Ronaldo is he's arguably more influential than the manager is.
Yeah, I think there's a few players in that dressing room who are more influential than the manager. I think, they've got 2 or 3 players in that kind of bracket. Obviously, Ronaldo's even further than those guys.
Yeah.
But,
you don't say
imagine
no
if he's
Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah, exactly. But imagine, if he did something to piss Rashford off, for example. You know how much power Rashford's got right now, especially right now.
Yeah.
The amount of tipping points, the amount of eggshell walking Ollie has to do is probably crazy. Wouldn't want to be that guy.
I definitely wouldn't. But another man I wouldn't want to be is Neymar. Absolutely wrecked by Kylian Mbappe.
Oh, this is really funny because it's like he's sat on the bench, he's got his knee up and everything, he's gesturing with his hand, and they called him a tramp or a beggar, depending on which translation you want to read. But it's one of those 2 words: it's tramp or beggar. God damn.
It's a bit harsh. I mean,
he didn't pass to you. Okay, I get that, but why have you called him a beggar / tramp?
Did something at PSG as well.
He did.
Did he call Zlatan gay?
Yeah, he called Zlatan gay, and then something about Laurent Blanc as well at the time.
That club is
a mess.
it's just full of spoiled brats.
I mean,
really,
this isn't the first time these guys have fallen out. Reportedly, either they fell out. I think it was last season over penalty duties.
It's so petulant.
It is petulant, but that's the kind of club that they've got. I mean, it's full of them. I mean, Di Maria is another one that's there. He's an ego in his own right. Sergio Ramos, another one.
Donnarumma, even
yeah.
Everyone there. Hakimi's just signed for 70 million.
It's balmy. I mean, I don't know how you manage that project. It's insane. I mean, back to Zlatan Ibrahimovic briefly. I remember when he went on a tirade against the referees in that country, saying they don't deserve this club. I was like, my God, this country doesn't deserve this club, is what he said. That's the kind of stuff that happens on a regular at PSG.
I mean, again, like Ollie, I think Pochettino's eggshell treading must be insane to try and keep everyone happy.
I wouldn't want to be in that position. It's just such a fine balance, and it's so easy to tip. And as soon as you tip it, you're going to get the chop probably.
But now we're going to go to the thing that makes us happy, makes us smile. Nice.
Made me happy, made me smile. Nice.
Yeah, there were a couple of big moments this week as well.
Yeah.
Which one do you want to lead with first? Go on, I'll let you pick.
I'll start with Daniel Maldini.
Dan! 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 Dan!
Obviously a very, very famous name. With obviously his father and his grandfather, who both were AC Milan legends, especially his dad. Obviously he came on at Anfield first for his first Champions League appearance. That was last week, couple of weeks ago, sorry. And he actually scored he scored his first Serie A goal this weekend.
He did, yeah. I mean, coming on against Liverpool, there's something kind of romantic about that, isn't there? Obviously, the whole AC Milan Liverpool thing.
It is. It's great to see, and yeah, I mean, I'm very surprised that he's turned out to be a winger. And
I'm surprised.
both of his forefathers were central defenders.
How's that worked out? What's going on?
I don't know.
I mean, saying that, there's a few instances of that. I mean, you got Zidane, who's got a son who's a goalkeeper, and then 2 others who are
another one who's a winger.
Yeah, he's got another one as a winger, and he's got a younger son who's in the Real Madrid academy. I can't remember exactly what position he plays now. The Tarams, they play different positions.
Yeah.
The Alcantaras play different positions to what their dad played. Let's just hope he can blossom without the pressure of people thinking, "Oh, you're going to be as good as your dad." In that sense, I mean, I don't see how he can be. It's a different position.
and AC Milan are in a different place now. I mean,
yeah, they're not the same dominating side that they were under.
No, and it's probably easier for Maldini now to enjoy, to improve, get better.
Yeah,
which I hope he does. It'd be great to see another Maldini doing well. But yeah, another thing that makes us happy, makes us smile. Wolverhampton Wanderers have obviously not had a great start to the season, but when they played Southampton this weekend, Raul Jimenez scored after his horrible injury layoff. It's just brilliant to see, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was absolutely magnificent. After, what was it, a year? Just over? Just under?
Just under a year, I think.
Career-threatening injury as well. We all know how severe it was. But it's lovely to see him back scoring. Just nice to see him happy, man. Like you always hope for people to come back from those kind of situations in the best way, and he did. Long may that continue. He's a top player, man. He really is a top player.
He is, and the fact that he'd be able to come back and have that impact, it's cool. It's great, and I really hope he has a good season. Scores 10, 15 goals. And I think he has to sign. I think they're going to give him a new contract anyway, which is
deservedly so, man. He's a top player and he deserves that. He's been such a good staple for Wolves over the last few years.
I mean, and being honest, in the situation they are at the moment, they need him. They do need him.
They need him more than ever.
And like he is very much needed. But yeah, I think that's all we've got, fella, isn't it?
Yeah, let's pull up that handbrake, park it back in the old bay, and park the damn bus.
We are
for this week, at least. Anyway, we have parked that bus. Hopefully, for the next one, we have another face in here. See if Nima decides to come out of hiding with Inter being so stinky right now. But for this week at least, that'll be all on our old traffic light and for this bus anyway.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
They're off.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Make sure to drop a comment, drop a like, hit the subscribe and the notification bell. Throw them all out there. Share it around on Twitter, and we'll catch you on the next one in a bit.
Fantastic! 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 Oh, fantastic! Fantastic!
Fantastic. Fantastic again. Fantastic.
It's a fantastic player. It's fantastic. Been a fantastic, absolutely fantastic, fantastic.